So guys, here's the newest update. Let me get my flashlight. All right, so I've taken off the two wheels in front, right? I've already shown you I took it off the rim, right? Well, unfortunately, putting it on is much harder than I thought. Maybe I'm getting older, maybe I'm getting weaker, but definitely I'm struggling to put it back on. So I'll try some more, or I will probably bring it out to have someone put it on for me. I'm kind of sad because I normally do this myself, but I guess I'm getting older, I guess. Anyway, I rubbed off all of the rust and everything out of it, right? Front and back. And then I've actually sprayed in a primer, right? What that will allow me to do is this is a specific primer that does rust and everything. So at least I'll eat into that and hopefully sustain my wheels, right? I'll wait for a day for this to dry. I'll flip over and I'll do the other side. Keep in mind, this is primer, right? So it's not the final color. It could be my final color is black, or my final color is, I don't know. I'm undecided, but at the moment, I would rather see that than see, for example, that. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's going on. Some of you may or may not know these. These are jegs seats, all right? These are what I have extra. Now, these are normally for dune buggies and stuff like that, but I honestly put these into my BMW Z3, and I love them. Now, the way they sit, the way they are, it's not ideal. However, Jeg do sell the leather cover. Once you do, I have to admit, I really enjoy riding it. Now, if I compare this to my Z4 and I compare this to my Boxster, obviously the seats in the Z4 and the Boxsters are so much better. The seats in the Z3, unfortunately, I find myself sliding back and forth a lot. Do you know what I mean? And those who have Z3, you guys know what I mean. Now, I tried racing seats. I tried a few other things. If I get a chance, I'll get Recaros or something, and I'll actually install those. But at the moment, I'm going to start with these into there. All right, so I've shown you, oh yeah. So my next project, which, all right, I have to admit, unlike my other cars, there's definitely a lot more rust to this car, which means I have to tear apart a lot of stuff. Among the thing is tearing apart the brakes. I may need to tear apart the rotor. At the moment, it's all stuck. It's not moving. So normally, in doing this, all I have to do is there are two little cotter pin, right, over here. And then I can push these two pins back and I can take the brakes out. The way it's sitting right now with all that crud in there, I don't think it's going to happen. I can't find the cotter pin to begin with. So I may attempt to try that. I may attempt to take out these screws. I may attempt to take out the two screws in the back as well as the brake line itself, just so I can get this out. I need to check to see if this is moving. If it's not moving, if it's moving, I can salvage the rotor and everything else. So as you can see, the rotor is actually in pretty good shape despite the fact that it's pretty crappy. The thought is that if I fix the brakes, right, and then when I drive, I can actually grind down all that gunk and I'll be in good shape. Down the road, honestly, I'll replace everything from, the shock, struts, you name it, to the rotors, the brake. I'll clean out the calipers and everything. And I noticed that even in here, some of the rubbers and stuff are pretty shot. So I may need to replace those as well. In the meanwhile, I showed you guys how I tore apart most of this already. The problem I have is some of the screws are actually stripped. So I might have to cut them through and then drill the new hole and stuff like that. The good news is I tore this apart, right? So I showed you guys what I did to make it loose, and I cleaned out that section. I still need to clean out the rest, and I will try to salvage these. I don't know. If I can find a better set, I'll replace them. The alternative is that I was going to grind these down, sand it down, paint it black, put it back in, and Bob's your uncle. We'll see. As you can see, there's still some damage, but I haven't touched the small damages yet. I've been dealing a lot with the flooring. All right. So I did the side walls. That's 6 going down, 6 on the other side, and 4 1/4 at the bottom. So I made a U shape and I tacked it into place. I also screwed it in to make sure it's intact. I did it for both sides. I started to do the back and I started to do the floor. As you can see, this is actually in pretty good shape, or a pretty good method that I'm going. The only thing I need to do next is to make sure I lock these in place. And then I start doing the middle, right? So what that means is on each side, I'm actually going to weld twice. One on the outside and one on the inside. Here, there's going to be twice, one on the outside, one on the inside. With the middle, with the front and everything else, this should be on pretty good. Now, what I will do at a later date is to run a few bars going this way to be the footing for the seats. By doing that, I'll reinforce the connection here. I'll reinforce the connection here, therefore making this yet a lot more safer. All right. I'm undecided if I want to do the row bar cage just within here or go underneath as well to reinforce it again. I'm undecided. I'll mull it over, and then I'll talk to some of my friends and family to see what they think, and then I'll go from there. Okay. Other than that, I picked up yet another welder. The one that I borrowed is pretty decent, but it's not good enough. So this is by far much better. All right. And that's it for now. And next week, I'll do yet another video to tell you guys what else is going on. So for this, right now, I'm manually moving this up and I'm using it to hold the hoods and the trunk and stuff like that. This weekend, I've got a guy coming by to help me install the power outlet. So the hope is that I actually will jack this bad boy up so I can have more room to work out of. Here's hope that I don't come across any surprise, and I will finish off the lift project, and then that will allow me to focus on the 914 project. All right? That's it for now, guys. If you guys have hints and ways and stuff, keep sending it my way. All right. And I've got one more surprise coming up, which is I'm being sponsored. So this is going to be my first sponsorship. I'm ecstatic. All right. Talk to you guys later.